Hi guys! So I'm here today to talk about the latest version of my board game. So to start off with, I'm now on version 16 of my game. I've renamed it from Overdue to Little Libraries. So I thought it was a little bit more cutesy, a little bit more fun, and just the right sort of vibe of the game. I bought some physical components such as the meeple, wooden dolls, and some plastic coins, which really made the game a little bit more, it felt a little bit more solid. So that's kind of the online version. So I haven't printed out version 16 yet because it's still a work in progress, but I have printed version 14, which looks like this, as you can see. The cards are quite similar to version 10, except there's no more dice element on the board game. There was also a version where we talked about community support and popularity points as part of the board game, but that's no longer added because it was too complicated and didn't make the game fun. And so so these are the version 14 cards, books, which is what I call them. So to kind of talk to you a little bit more about how the game is going on so far, I think it's been going pretty well. Everyone I played with for version 14, because I haven't tested version 16 yet, version 14 was the general feedback was that it's a lot stronger now. It's the most fun version so far. There's a few kinks that are working out in version 16, but it is available on screentop.gg, if you want to play it, just to kind of get a feel for it. So I am going to explain the rules. There is rule guides in the in the board game itself, the online board game itself. But I'm gonna explain anyways. So on the online version, there's a few more components on the board game. There's a few more components. So there's $5 coins, because $1 coins, there's quite a lot of them. So there's $5 coins to reduce the amount of tokens I need. There's also book point tokens, skip turn tokens, extra turn tokens, and lock tokens. And they're all to make the game a little bit easier to play with, especially online. There's also the player token, which is blue, which signifies whose turn it is, because it's really easy to forget. So the tokens just gets passed on after everyone's turn. So every player starts with $5, free bookmarks. For 2 to 3 players, everyone is assigned 5 slots, and for 4 to 6 players, everyone is assigned 6 book slots. So the book slot element is definitely a new part of my board game. It just made the game more fun, and I wanted the game to be more strategy involved, and by adding book slots, it became a lot more strategy. So that's kind of the background on that. To explain the rules, every player takes turns clockwise to do one of 6 actions on their turn. This could be buying a book, asking for donations, fundraising, reading a book, selling a book, and hosting a book drive. So to go through each element, each action a little bit more thoroughly, buying a book is getting free books from the book fair and selecting one to buy, and discarding the rest face down. When you buy a book, you activate the library effect immediately, and then if that affects other people, so be it. If it doesn't, also be it. Fundraising. Book donation, which is also similar, except you roll a die to see if you can get 4 or more. If you get 4 or more, you get the top book of the book fair pile. If you roll less than 4, then you don't receive a book at all, and you kind of waste your turn. If you get a free book, you definitely activate the library effect. But otherwise, yeah. Fundraising is pretty straightforward. You just gain $2 from the book fair. $2. Sorry, you gain $2 from the bank. So there's a little, like on the online version, there's a little squares or rectangles that like where all the components are in. And I do want to remake that in the online prototype, the physical prototype. Reading a book, which is a very interesting aspect of the game, because you activate the reading effect of one of the books in your library with a bookmark. So with one of these. Reading effects are always positive, but they might how powerful they are varies from player to player or book to book. You lose a bookmark permanently once you use the bookmark. Reading effect, selling a book, which is getting rid of a book that you using a book slot for. When you have a book you don't want, you can regain some coins back by selling it, and you get half the coins back, round down. So if you have $1 book and you want to sell it, then you get $0 back. If you have $3, you round down, so you get $1 back, and so forth. You can only sell one book at a time, and if you want to do more than one book at a time, you do the book drive. So a book drive is removing half of the books in your library. You don't get any money back, but you get to free up some book slots. So when you gain a book for any reason, you activate the library effect of the card. These can be positive, neutral, or negative, so be very careful when you gain a book. When you gain a book, you have to place them face down in front of you. No, face up in front of you, so everyone else can read it. So the cost value of the card is seen as the black square, black circle on the corner of the card. The book points is the middle of the cards, so this one is 0 points, and you get to you get book points in this game by collecting books. There are 6 genres indicated by the color of the book borders and the words on the side. Every book has 2 copies, except for the rare books, which has 1 copy, and every genre has 18 books, except for rare books, which have 6. So let's play a game.